Hey ya guys, so without further ado, I'm just gonna jump into it. But before I do, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I know it's still new, it's still a baby, but I couldn't have imagined that by now we would be over 100 subscribers. So thank you so much, and I'm hoping that by the time I post this, we'll be at around like 150. A girl can only dream, okay? So I'm just being delusional here. Be delusional with me. This week I'm talking about a topic that is haunting a lot of South Africans, and I'm going to be talking about our credit scores. We're getting old now, and I'm thinking I need to get my life in order for the day that I'm going to buy a property, the day that I'm going to buy a car, any sort of asset that I want to acquire. I just want to make sure that my credit score is fine. I had this bad debt. Guys, do not run away from your debt. So when I left, I had a debt for my phone contract, always the phones or the clothes. So I had a phone contract that I was paying, and when I left, I actually did speak to the service provider to cancel my contract because I was leaving the country, and they said that they would, but then they didn't. So my debt went from 7,000 to like 17,000 rand. So when I came back to South Africa, I was owing the service provider 17,000 rands of unpaid contract fees. So I paid off my debt, and I still struggle with credit. So I'm going to tell you how I've been building my credit, and before I can tell you how to do it, I'm first going to go into the things that you need to know before you understand your credit score. First things first, to understand your credit score, you need to know that in South Africa, I think the highest is about 800. Like the highest score that you can get in South Africa is 800. And you can first check your credit score on whether you are in good standing or not. And there are channels where you can do that for free. For example, there's ClearScore, which I have an account with, and then there's also Experian. I prefer using Experian because Experian gives you your credit standing or your credit record every 30 days, whereas with ClearScore, it gives you your record 30 days from when you signed up for your account, and it's free. However, for you to register to see your credit with Experian, you also have to submit some documents like your ID. And then the third thing is you need to be super open and patient for everything that's going to come after that. The don'ts of getting credit. If you have any other ideas, on how to improve credit score, please leave them in the comment. The first don't that I'm going to get into is don't apply for credit too soon, and don't apply to too many places. For example, if you are applying for a car, right? When you go to the dealership, they will check your credit, and that credit is going to send an inquiry on your name. I call it a ding. It's gonna put a ding on your name. Imagine you're going to finance your car and you apply for car financing, and the sales consultant tells you that they have to take your details and also submit your details to the banks to see which bank picks up your application and actually gives you a good offer. But for them to do that, they need to send your application to all the banks that they have under their dealership. So if there's 4 banks there, your name is going to be sent to 4 banks. They're going to do the credit check, all 4 of them, and you're going to have 4 inquiries on your name. Make sure that after you've paid and you've settled your debt, you wait 3 to 6 months. I prefer waiting 6 months because that helps. It also improves your credit score greatly. But I'll tell you at the end, if you stay, on how to improve it. The second one that you need to look out for, and do not do this, the moment you get your credit, don't spend it all at once. So that is going to send your credit rating down. While you're playing checkers, they are playing chess. And then another thing that I want to mention with regards to too many inquiries on your name is that the moment they see that you've got too many inquiries happening on your name, they actually think that you're desperate. You need money. You need this credit because you need to fix something. You need to do something with it. So they sort of flag you. I remember there was a point where in 6 months I had about 15 inquiries. That was a lot. Those are the 2 simple things that you need to not do while you're waiting for your credit score to improve. Now we're going to go to the do's on what you need to do to actually improve your credit score, guys. This is fun. This is where it gets trickier. I thought maybe I would find like a shortcut to fixing my credit score, but no, we all go through this. The first tip is that the moment you get a good credit, make sure that you pay on time. So first things first is that the moment you get your credit, make sure that you maintain it as well like as possible. For example, you get a credit card, or you have a store account, like a fashion store account, and they're like, oh, we're giving you 5,000 rands or 2,000 rands, and then you spend about 1,500 rand. Don't pay the 1,500 rand all at once. Pay it like gradually to show that you pay the minimum amount that is required of you. Don't pay it all at once. The moment that they see that you're paying all at once, say for example, you took out a loan that you need to pay within 6 months and you paid within 3 months, that is also a problem, because you are costing them money. Because that 6 months meant that they were going to be getting more interest from you, but you paying it within 3 months means that they're losing money. So the little investment that they were making on the money that they borrowed you is not going to return to them. The second tip is to spend credit as you need it. And the third tip that I have is to always spend your credit. I know it sounds contradictory, but as soon as you get your credit, use it. Do not just let it sit there. And the last tip that I'm going to give you is be very patient. And I'm going to give you an example. So, you know when they say that when you have debt, you need to pay it, you need to settle it, especially if lawyers are involved? Yeah. So I settled all my debt at once, all of it. Like I settled it in January, and then I waited. They're like, oh no, your credit score is going to be updated. It's going to be updated. No, it doesn't mean that it's going to be updated in a good way. It just means that you're just going to be updated to say you don't owe anyone. But the record in itself is going to stay there to say that you are just bad. Your credit score has been struggling, guys. So the problem with my credit score is that after I paid all my debt, I started applying for things because I don't listen. So then I thought to myself, let me actually listen to the experts and wait 3 months. Within the 3 months that I waited, my credit score went from 557 on ClearScore, which is like the baseline, the baseline is 500, I think, on ClearScore, which is the lowest, poor score. So my credit score started on 557, and to this day, it's still bad, guys. It's still bad. And to this day, only now, it's sitting at 583. 583, guys. It's been a long journey. It's been a long journey. And I say this because I want to give you guys real examples on how this can affect you. There are things that I want to do for myself, which, by the way, if you take a micro loan, the unsecured loans, that is also going to affect your credit. Your credit score is going to go down. Just waiting for it to get to 600, and I swear if it gets to 600, the day it gets to 600, I'm going to celebrate and not apply for anything. So some of the things that I implemented was that I took out a clothing account, because I need to show proof that I can pay my debt on time. But I don't encourage people to take out any sort of contract unless you can afford it. If I'm paying it, my credit score went up by 3 points. It started going up by 5 points. The more I pay, the less inquiries I make, it goes up. Unfortunately, there's no easy way or corners to cut to get your credit score, guys. I'm so glad that this video is so short. So enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you guys on the next video. Please make sure that you leave a comment on the things that you personally have implemented on how to improve your credit score, because I feel like we can help each other here. Thank you so much. See you on the next video. Hey, that is so fake. Hey guys, welcome to another video. That is just not how it works. Oh my goodness. Guys, welcome to another video. We are doing this. No.